Welcome to the Green Hat Local SEO Podcast, where Kyle Sabra delivers hard-hitting, actionable tips and strategies to help business owners dominate their local market and crush the competition. Kyle's no-holds-barred approach cuts through the noise of traditional SEO, focusing on battle-tested tactics that deliver real results. He's here to arm you with the tools you need to skyrocket your rankings, generate more leads, and grow your business online. If you're tired of hearing the same old SEO nonsense and want to learn the truth, this is the podcast for you. Get ready to put on your green hats and learn SEO secrets the other guys can't handle. Now, here's your host, Kyle Sabra.
This is Kyle Sabra from the Green Hat Local SEO Podcast, and in this episode, we're going to go over something that I think is pretty unique, and one that I think not a whole lot of business owners are really educated on, and that is how copywriting can absolutely fuck up your website and your GBP rankings. So, what do I mean by copywriting? Well, I don't mean when you have a piece of literature or art and you want to keep other people from stealing it. What I'm talking about is writing that is specifically meant to invoke certain emotions in people and to get people to do what you want them to do, like as in get them to buy something from you. You know, when you think of great copywriting, you think of ads, you think of billboards, maybe even commercials, and some of the really great copywriters like David Ogilvy, right, or Joseph Sugarman, which is great for certain things, not great for local SEO. So I recently came across a website that had gone what's through story branding. Now, if you're not familiar with story branding is a specific type of copywriting and way of laying out your website and laying out your funnel in order to increase conversions, which sounds fucking great and fine and all, except doing it on your website, not knowing what you're doing, and even worse, getting a shitty story branding company to do this for you absolutely fucking kills your rankings. Now, the website and GBP that I recently ran into with this problem spent probably $20,000 on getting story branding done for their website. The website looks great. The copy obviously speaks to their ideal customer persona, their ICP, but now they can't rank for shit. They're not ranking for things like chiropractor near me or chiropractor in city, really more than about 1.5 miles outside of their location, right? And of course, this is going to be fucking devastating for them, because now if somebody searches on Google for chiropractor near me, chiropractor in whatever city, sports injury chiropractor, chiropractor after a car accident, they're not going to show up at all. But if somebody types in their brand name or goes and visits them through their social media, then fucking great. They're probably pretty likely to convert, but that doesn't matter because nobody is searching for their brand name, because nobody fucking knows who they are, because they're not showing up anywhere. So this company went from having a robust ranking report and getting clients from around their metro or around their area, around the metro area, to now having to rely on paid ads and going to conferences and networking and posting more on their social media, paying for social media ads rather than getting cheap traffic through Google, all because they were sold some story branding bullshit for their website. So, how do you avoid this? Well, one thing you have to realize is that good copywriting and good SEO oftentimes are at odds with each other. So, good copywriting is meant to speak to your ICP. Remember, I say your ideal customer persona. If you don't have that, you need to build it out. And good copywriting does not necessarily follow SEO best practices, right? With good copywriting, oftentimes comes with good web design. And good web design does not, again, also meet Google SEO best practices, nor does it meet really LLM best practices either for, ranking on like OpenAI or Perplexity, shit like that. And why is that? Well, with good copywriting, you're not really concerned with, okay, what subtopics am I covering? Am I getting all the entities that I need in there? Do I have my H1 with the keyword in there? Do I have my H2, H3s with highly related subtopics? Am I covering the knowledge graph? Do I have frequently asked questions? Fucking none of that. The stuff that Google actually needs you aren't really going to worry about with things like I said, like with good copywriting or with story branding, things like that. Oftentimes with story branding, what you're trying to do is tell a story, as you could probably tell. And what you're trying to do here is trying to tell the story about how your reader, the person that you want to convert your ICP, is the hero trying to overcome a problem, the hero of their own story. What they're trying to do is, an example for this chiropractor, they are a hero who is a mother or father or athlete or something. And they are trying to defeat their back pain or their sciatica or whatever. And they do that with the help of chiropractic care, right? Well, as you can probably tell, this really isn't going to be SEO friendly because you're not talking about like I said, you're not talking about like chiropractor in whatever city. You're not talking about the different modalities of chiropractic care. You're not talking about chiropractic care for infants or for pregnant women or for car accidents or whatever on this page. You're just talking about how this person can benefit from chiropractic care and how they will continue to be the hero of their own story. And with good copywriting, that is great. What you want to do is you want to elicit some sort of emotional, almost like an emotional connection between the reader and the ad, and get them or compel them to convert, whether that is buying your services, picking up and making a phone call, clicking to the next page, maybe falling further down the funnel and going into a email funnel. But obviously, SEO doesn't do that. And if you take your entire fucking website and you make it all conversion focused, you make it just one big sales brochure for your services, your SEO is going to fail, right? You need to have that happy medium, that happy balance between writing conversion-focused content and writing SEO-focused content. Because if all you do is you write your entire website in order to sell something, Google isn't going to fucking like that, because more than likely you have completely neglected all of the on-page SEO that you need. So what do you do then? How do you strike the happy medium between writing conversion-focused content and writing content for Google? I mean, it really is no secret, right? There isn't some sort of special SEO magic. There isn't any sort of black hat SEO you need to do. So here is really what you do. So you have your website, right? You have your SEO done. You are writing for, like I said in this example, chiropractor near me, car accident chiropractor near me, prenatal chiropractor near me, things like that. Well, like I said, with story branding, this is where you stop, right? You just have your on-page, or you just have your content on the page, and that's it. But with SEO, here's what you do. So you write your conversion-focused content, right? Then what you do is you have a pop-up that will pop up about 2/3 of the way down the page. Because what happens here is, if somebody is reading 2/3 of the way down the page, that means that they're probably interested in what you have to say. Now, this pop-up isn't going to say, for example, in this case, call us today for a free evaluation, because that's way too much of an ask. All you do is say, hey, pop your email in here, and we'll give you 15 exercises you can try at home, right? That's great, because that's not asking for a big commitment from the reader. In fact, you're giving them something valuable they can use. They can try these 15 exercises at home, and you know what? They probably aren't going to do them. Probably are just going to call a chiropractor anyway, right? Another thing that you can do too, and this is what we do with a lot of our enterprise level clients when we work with AI companies or SaaS companies, software as a service, is for them, these lead magnets don't really work as well. So what do? We have white papers, and we have what's called value added content, right? So these white papers are literally like our research papers done by these companies, almost like the research papers you would write in college, right? Now, a lot of the higher level, like VPs of marketing, finance, or whatever, they like these white papers, right? Because these are written for them, the ICP. These are very professional, very polished. They're speaking about things that they have an interest in learning about. And these white papers are something that people just like that just eat up. Now, this does take a lot of of effort to do, and the best papers really only produce these, or the best companies really only produce these white papers maybe 2 or 3 times a year, because it could take 6 months to research and write these things. So these aren't something that they're going to be producing every single month, but they work really well. The other thing that we do is we write what's called value-added content. So you have all of your SEO focused pages, whether you're writing blog posts, whether you're trying to rank your location pages, and then you write value added content. And this is where some of the more maybe social media focused content would be, maybe some of the more like story branding content would be. And this value-added content does not have to be blog posts or anything. This could also be a video series, right? Because Google still does not rank videos very well. But if, for example, you are a chiropractor, or let's turn the tables. Let's say that you are a landscaper, right? Now, let's say that you are a landscaper and you don't want to create all this SEO-focused content. You don't want to create white papers. You don't want to have to write more fucking blog posts. And what you do is you say, hey, if you want to learn more about this, then click here, right? Let's say you're trying to rank for the keyword landscaper near me, and you're in Riverside. And then what you can do is create a video saying, hey, if you want to learn more about desert landscaping, then click on this link here, because desert landscaping is one of those subtopics that you're going to need to rank in Riverside, because Riverside is in the desert, right? So then what you do is that link goes over to a video where you explain and you go over desert landscaping best practices, like what type of plants you would need, how often to water those plants, what type of mix of plants that you would need, how far to space them out. Even you can put even things like what kind of insects could you expect to be in these desert plants and stuff. And that is great. Now you've written your SEO focused content, and then in order to get people to convert, which in this case would be like a call or a email or whatever, you're showing your expertise with value added content after you've already gotten them in the door with SEO. So having a story branding on your entire fucking website, having every single goddamn page on your website written for copywriting purposes instead of trying to get people to your site via SEO, which is what you should be doing anyway, it's going to absolutely kill your lead flow unless you're willing to switch from SEO over to paid ads like Google ads or YouTube ads or Facebook and Instagram ads, which I know a lot of people don't really do because SEO is so much cheaper and so much better for companies in the long run. But then they go and do stupid bullshit like this, like story brand their entire fucking website, because I know they were sold some dream by this story branding fucking bullshit agency, and this agency went and charged them $20K and is laughing all the way to the bank now, right? So remember, if you are story branding your site, just stop right now, just fucking expect all of your SEO to vanish. But if you want to focus more on conversion on your website, there are ways to do it. Maybe I'll do a different podcast on this later, but the best way to do that is to mix your conversion focused pages in, or your conversion focused content. It doesn't necessarily be pages, it could be video, like I said. Make sure you mix your conversion focused content in with your SEO focused pages. That is really the only way to grow your website and also get those conversions up and get more clients. Again, my name is Kyle Sabra from Green Hat Local SEO. If you want to learn more about this, go to ghls.io if you want to do it yourself, or if you just want us to do it for you. Again, like I said, go to ghls.io. We have a free until you rank SEO program, which means that you don't pay until we get you ranking in the top 4 in your area. This is a completely risk-free offer to businesses. Again, my name is Kyle Sabra from Green Hat Local SEO, and I will talk to you later.